So we've rough sanded with an industrial sander, then we've smooth sanded these almost 200-year-old boards to get them into a decent condition for the people that are going to enjoy this space at some time in the near future. And we're not looking for perfection. We're going to try and keep a little bit of patina as regards some of the chippings in the wood and things like that. But basically we're going to put a solid type oil on it now that's going to set. Basically this is what we're doing. So we're cutting in with a brush here, and then despite the fact it's a large area, I'm going to use this little roller because you've got more control with a little roller of the amount of oil you can put on. The big rollers, the wetter they get, the more they tend to put on in these areas. So this is what I'm going to be doing now for the next hour or so, doing all this floor area. And I'll give you a little bit of a demonstration. So in goes the roller. Now we're cutting around the edge, so we'll put plenty on the roller. You can use a big roller. I prefer the smaller roller, because you've got more, like I say, more control over the amount that's going on. So a little bit of fluff off the roller there isn't a problem. As you can see, it covers fairly quickly, and the smaller roller puts it on in an even finish coat, so we can then go over it with a second coat then. Like I said, these boards have been abused for almost 200 years of their life. We're not looking for any perfection with them, folks. But, and I'm no professional, yeah? But you don't need to be on restoration work like these things, yeah? Especially if you're not looking for a brand new job. This is not a brand new building, so we're not having a brand new job, folks. We're just going to renovate this, give it a new lease of life, basically. And as you can see now, it's looking A-OK to me. So I'll film a little more in a few minutes as we move further by. So it is important to remember not to paint yourself into a corner. So as we shove a little bit more on it. And it is enjoyable work, and the rewards are there. Especially for someone that's not a professional. And you get a professional finish on it, folks. You know, it's rewarding in itself. So like I say, I'm in my socks, basically, so we don't leave any foot scuff marks. Plus, I've vacuumed myself down as well, got rid of all the dust off me. It is a pain in the neck in a large area like this when you are having to vac constantly like that. Like I said, you can see the reward here now. Yep, and it doesn't take long. Despite the fact we're using a tiny little roller, tiny little brush, it doesn't take long to do a large area, folks. You just got to get on with it. So that's that all the way done, folks. Didn't take 10 minutes. We'll shut the door on that. We'll get the flask. And I'll pour myself a nice hot drink. So then we're going to work backwards from the door. Work our way around this area, or maybe I'll start here first. Let's have this cup of coffee. And as we work this other area here, we've got to be conscious all the time that there may be dust particles in the air settling. We need them gone if possible. So we've got to keep the vac at hand, keep it near us, keep the little sanding block, just in case we come across any more scuff marks. But from here on now, it should be quite easy now to have this looking smart in the next hour and a half, folks. So I've just quickly gone over this area again with the vacuum cleaner. No point me showing it because that's a very heavy, noisy vacuum cleaner, folks. So if you're any good with a paintbrush and you know how to cut in, I'm very, very neat, very experienced, so I can cut in very quickly around these edges. Might take someone else 10-15 minutes just to get the cutting in done, but I can do that, as you can see here, in seconds rather than a minute. I don't think we've been on it a minute here. So I've got this little recess area cutting now. So we're going to go in here, do this area here, where the I think this is where most people would shove their kitchen bin. So we got an air off the brush. Stick it up there out of the way. And as you can see now, it's flying nice and looking very tidy. And I can't wait myself to see it, the whole area finished. And it really is a make do, amend situation on this building. The old kitchen units, you know, dating back to the 70s, I think these are. They're staying put. Adds a little bit of character for the people that are going to be using this area. You can see. And you don't have to do large areas, yeah? Put plenty on the roller and then basically just covering up until it stops coming off the roller, yeah? And then it goes again. We bought about 4 tins of this oil, this floor oil. So plenty to give it two coats. Like I said, a big roller tends to put it on a lot thicker. Takes a lot longer to go off. Now this stuff tends to have a drying time of about 8 hours. But when you put it on with a little roller here, and put it on with force, as you can see, I'm pressing on quite hard to get the paint off and spread it out evenly. This then cuts the drying time down by half sometimes. And as you can see now, we're making quite a bit of headway here and in great time. Another quick sip of the coffee. Slurpy slurpy, and off we go again. So you'll have to excuse my attire. all the time now. This is absolutely very professional and very new. Out of the way. So the object of this quick video is just to show people that if you were to get a professional in just to do the sanding, they wanted £800 to come in and do what we've done basically for less than two, yeah. And then the chaps to come in and paint the floor, you know, they would have wanted £500–600 to apply these couple of coats. And basically, you know, without me having a go at anyone, it's a piss take that, because, I mean, look at me, I'm not being overly neat. I'm not being cautious, I'm just getting on with it. And this entire area, folks, I've been going about 5 or 6 minutes on the video now, really. But this entire area took me probably just an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes to do. Yeah, so that doesn't warrant really any expertise, unless it was brand new floor, you know, and you've got the money to do that. But you can see here, folks, it doesn't warrant wasting hundreds and hundreds of pounds simply because you've got it, or simply because someone else wants it, when you can have a go yourself. And the results are showing nicely now there, as you can see. Please put my arms right around you forever. Here I am, here I'll stay. Now you can take your time. You know, I only go at this pace because I don't know how to do these days. I'm doing that long, faffing about like this. But there's no reason to rush these things. Soon it's done, soon I can move on to other things, folks. Pull myself together again. I just want you to see that most jobs apply yourself, basically. It's a prize. I mean, the electrics and the water, you know, plumbing and things, fair enough, you've got to get someone in that knows what to do. But you can also go on courses to help you, not only to fit these things, but to maintain them as well. You have joinery courses, learn how to fit your own kitchen, you know, and again, the rewards. The rewards are huge and lasting, because, you know, that product's with you for the length of time that you are living with it. And you're always going to admire the fact that you did the job, made the achievement. And as you can see now, basically, without too much effort, once this floor is done, most people will never know that these boards are 200-year-old. They're going to think that a new floor has been put down. You know, nothing could be further from the truth, folks. Looks well, doesn't it? You just stop and put a bit more oil down at this tin here. And keep the empty side ridges for touching up. If there's remnants in the tin, I don't like to waste any. They asked me how I knew my true love was true. I of course replied that maybe smoke gets in your eyes. We get it there now. I'm going to move a little bit further back now. And we've got all this large area now to be getting on with, folks. Should make a dent in it now in the next 25 minutes. Hey. One day in your life, you'll remember a place. Someone touches your face. Go back and look around you. One day in your life. You gotta be happy in your work, folks. Confidence comes with just doing these things. You know, starting off small, doing bigger things and getting better at them. You know, once you're confident, you know, you can do these things for just about anyone. And believe me, folks, you don't need a fucking certificate for any of this. You don't. You know, unless you're working for some building firm. You know, but when it comes to family, friends and community, you know, that's all that fucking matters. All that health and safety overkill goes out the fucking window, and people are saying to me, no, you can't rubbish health and safety. You fucking can, because it slows a lot of fucking jobs down. Slows a lot of fucking things down. People don't have confidence in this, that and the other thing because health and safety is taking over their fucking thought processes, folks. You know, sometimes you've just got to think for yourself, you've just got to do what needs doing. They didn't fucking have health and safety when they were erecting these cathedrals fucking 300, 400, 500 years ago, folks. Yeah. They didn't have health and safety when they were putting these fucking skyscrapers up in New York. Yeah. And I know there were a few people suffered, but I mean, even with health and safety now, people are still getting fucking mangled in machinery, folks. You know, so I'm not slagging health and safety, it just isn't for me. It slows everything fucking down. And as you can see, I'm not about fucking going at fucking snail's pace. I'm not. So on to our second tin, and then sometime maybe this weekend we'll repeat all this again, and in a day or two at least we'll put another coat on just to top it off. So as you can see now, I've painted myself into the final corner, the good corner, because it's the corner that's got the door out of here. So all this area is done now. It's looking shiny because the sun's on it. So I've just got to make my way back here, fill in a little bit here, take the coffee out the door, and then I'm done. So here we are at the finish line, folks. Took just an hour and 30 minutes to coat this, and in a few days time what I'll do, I'll come back, give it a second coat of the same oil after I've maybe just rubbed it down a little bit with some fine sandpaper. Give it another couple of vacuums just to make sure that the surface is nice and smooth, and as you can see now folks, we're at the finish. A little bit more oil on there. And just in case anybody's interested in knowing exactly what oil we're using, I'm using, sorry I keep saying we, that's it. And with that shot folks, I kid ye not,